Well, hello my YouTube friend. Today, I hope that I'm not gonna mess this video because I'm extremely happy to present you through one knife, one maker, two. It's always the same. I mean, you know that I like knives, but I like also to speak about the man behind the craft. So yeah, I'm extremely happy to present you that maker, Philippe Jourget, that I was expecting to get a knife from him at some point. First of all, I wanted to say that I really like the fact that in France there is something that can make me happy nowadays, and that is those tactical maker that are growing and rising, like Thierry Savidan, Tashi, Bharucha, and Philippe Jourget. I'm extremely happy of that. And you have others also that are more silent, but they will grow in time, hopefully. So yeah, it's going to be a review of a knife, but I don't know if I'm not going to insist even more on the maker himself. And give you the possibility to discover an extremely talented young man and a pure craftsman. You know that in this hobby, in this industry, we have all kinds of maker, new becoming maker. I mean, they saw some videos on YouTube of how to make some knife. They made some renderings, and because of the social media, at some point they found a way to become famous. Well, this is this is absolutely the opposite with Philippe Jourget. Here we are with a young man that started making, working as a craftsman for a decade at least. He has a formation of carpenter. He used to work with the wood, so you know that he works with his hand. He's a gunsmith, and you know how gunsmiths, they absolutely need to know about the metals, about the mechanics. That's damn precision work, as you all know. And he started making knives and forge his own Damascus. So here you have, I would call him a blacksmith for sure. And we're talking here something that he does for, I don't know, 7-8 years. He lives in France, in a very touristic place, but not in Paris. Like I said, made some crazy work about, some crazy forge with some of his friends there, Michael Moin, some makers that you don't know, whatever, But what I'm saying is that we have here some guy that does that is a real traditional knife maker as you expect them to be. It's not one of the too many guys coming from, I don't know, falling from the sky like that out of the blue and getting to make knives. Absolutely not. He made traditional knife, like traditional French knives. Very traditional indeed, and the forge, and everything is done by himself. Now of course for the high tech and tactical knives, he made the laser cut outsource, but everything is done by hand. And again, we have an extremely high tech knife made by some guy that has the ability to make everything related to knife, the blade, the hand, or whatever. That's a true artist and a true craftsman, and I wanted to insist on that point because, again, I think that's something really important to understand, because when I got that knife and I got to play with it and analyze it a little bit, I was really stoked, and I hope that I will convey that through the review of that knife. But I am absolutely sure that in order for you to not see that as, again, a new tactical, a new frame lock with a simple blade and everything, I'm pretty sure that it was something important for you to understand before I start the review, because that knife right there is an extremely well-made knife. Even though when you look at it, it looks like a simple knife. Those are the best. I've talked about that relentlessly. The simpler it is, the harder it is to make something that's going to be perfect. And this is what we have here. I see absolutely, absolutely no imperfection on that. Some point that can be improved. I mean, the pivot, of course, could be a little bit more fancy, but what I'm saying is that everything we like about knife, the grind, the edge, the construction, the mechanics, the EDC friendly, the ease of use of that knife. I mean, everything that we like about a knife is respected here and absolutely perfect. And that is really overwhelming to see something like that. I highly, highly appreciate it. Yeah, that knife is actually a collaboration in the design with Tashi, as you can see here. And you can tell, of course, whenever you see it, you can tell that it has Tashi. But you know what? Philippe has, I mean, I saw his early work, and the resemblance is here. I mean, it could be a design from him or either him or Tashi. The resemblance is here, so it's nice to have a kind of mix like that of two maker and one don't eat the other, I mean, in the design, and it's something also that I highly appreciate. Yeah, we're gonna start maybe the review of that knife, starting as usual with the handle. So we have, yeah, of course, two scales of titanium, so that's a pure frame lock, simple frame lock. So yeah, how can we say just by looking at the knife that there is something special about that? Yeah, of course it's going to be in the design and the contouring. It is extremely well contoured, and look at that. The contouring is tremendous. Look at that. Absolutely perfect contouring. And that brings something really, really appreciable. It's the fact that it's not going to be too thick. That's an absolute EDC knife. It is just fantastic. The size of it, you know that I don't measure it, but maybe it's going to be like 3.5 and maybe around 8, I would say. So that's just a perfect size for EDC. I mean, look at that. Just a nice reach. The fingers goes in choice here, and here you have this curve that is a perfect size. I mean, and a perfect place to reach for your finger. No extra length. I have an XL hand, but that would be perfect for every hand. And the blade is all about cutting edge. Look at that. Everything is cutting edge. So yeah, that's a perfect EDC in size, in design, and it's consistent in hand, and yet it feels really thin and it disappears in the pocket. So an extremely well, look at that. Look at those lines that you have. It is not your simple cut like that. You're going to have a really nice and elegant line. This knife is elegant. This is exactly how I would describe it. A lot of curvature. And of course, it is due also to the design of Tashi. You know that he loves to make those nice rounded lines. Tashi started with the design. So we have an extremely crafted, not crafted, extremely talented designer and an extremely also crafted maker. So that's perfect if you want to have a nice knife with nice lines. So when it's closed, we were talking about the handle. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I need to say something. So yeah, it's flush, it's nicely done, but it could be better on the pivot, the hardware. But it's nice because at least you get to disassemble your knife easily for the maintenance. Now look at those lines here also. Usually I like small flipper tab, and this one is you know, perfectly as I like it. You know, a line with the pivot. It's not straight, it's a little bit going down, but I wouldn't sacrifice the design for the function on this one. Look at that. It goes perfectly well with this curve here. That's such a nice design. And for the action, you don't need no jimping, believe me. You need to put, look at that. Look how, so that's not going to be a push. I mean, you can push it, and it's going to be a little bit difficult. But this one is absolutely designed for your finger, for your index to rest here. Look at that. And then, boom, you light switch it. And the action is snappy, as it's so natural, because you see that your finger wants to be here, and boom, flack. And it's addictive because it's so well designed that you want to flick that knife open. So extremely well designed here. I absolutely love the backspacer. That looks simple, but yeah, it's also well controlled. And I like the edges that are, satin on both sides. Look at that. You see the reflection of the satin on both sides? Here it's stone wash a little bit, and here satin. Very nice touch. And I like also those details here, satin, in the chamfer of the hold. That is something, those details, I really, really appreciate them. On the other side, we have an extremely well designed clip. Very nicely done between Ben and 3D. I love it. Yeah, that could be an improvement. That could be, like hidden hardware. Yeah, something to think of for the next build. I don't care much about holes, but whatever. Lanyard hole, I could live without them. But it's here for those of you who like it. Very nice retention in the pocket. Very, very functional clip. Hell, it's already 10 minutes. Something also I wanted to say. It's all about roundness. Look at that. Also, the cut is rounded. It's not like your square, chook, chook, chook. No, it's going to be rounded like that. Beautifully done. I absolutely love that. And also the clip is well done, nicely controlled here, and not the bar, sorry, the lock bar. So yeah, now the action. Boom! I mean, the detent is strong as you can expect for a flipper, but not so much as you're gonna make some lot of effort to flick it. I mean, it's so natural, like I said, it's addictive. And design wise, look at that. The tab follows the line here of the choil, and that is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely adore that. Also, the shape when it's open, look at that. Some, roundness here, then you have the cut here, then it's a little bit upswept. The overall design is incredible. I love it. It's such a sexy knife. It's insane. Now, let's talk about the blade because it's already 11 minutes. This is something extremely hard to make. I tried, and Philippe, you have to tell me. I don't know if it's hollow or flat, but with a blade that is not that thick, getting from that point here to that point here with either a flat or a delicate hollow. If it's a hollow, it's going to be really delicate, very extremely difficult to say because it's not going to be a hollow on a thin blade with a flat upstairs. No, it's coming from the top here to here and to a point where the edge is, I mean, you could almost feel your two fingers here. And it's sharp as hell. That's laser sharp. It's incredibly well sharp. And the distance that you have here, again, I've talked about that on some previous video. If you make like a flat, a compound grind, it looks really sexy, a compound grind, but you're going to have a line here. You're going to make a hollow. You don't need a big wheel, to make a hollow like that. And the hollow, you can correct a lot of imperfection on a grind, and the flat is going to be a flat, But this, to have, when I'm saying a flat, it's a flat. But here you have a flat, but with a bevel. So either a bevel or a hollow. It's just absolutely well done, absolutely no bump. It's such a great work. Believe me, that's the hardest to make. To have that, it's incredible. And look at this hand rubbed. There is absolutely no micro scratch. It's such a let me see with the light here. Such a well done. Ah, shit, I don't see it. Yeah, now I see the traces on my finger, but believe me, the hand rub is so well done. I think you see it even more like that. But I wanted the light to show you that the swedge that you have here, it's stone wash. Look at that. Look at the beauty. I'm going to leave the light here and focus on that. The hell, I need to be more precise in my videos to present that. Look at that. Very nice. It's just a stone wash, and the line that you have here is respected. You don't have not even one. Look how precise it is. You don't have one line that will go here on the swedge. It's going to be so. Look at that. Look at the line. It's so precise that it is something that you have to look almost with a magnifying glass to appreciate the precision of this work here. It could be. I mean, it could go. The swedge looks like that. Like a swedge, it could go for a simple and a simple, hand rubbed after that grind that is crazy, it could be, a simple, but that guy don't want to go to simplicity for sure. Man, we are heading to the 15 minutes. I wanted to talk about the logo that is really clean, very nicely done. Tashi is more, like bold and everything. But I got used to it, and I really like it. The mechanics are insane. The centering is, you can measure it with something, I don't know, with a microscope, it would be spot on. The lock is early and secured. Like I said, you can try hard to find some imperfection on this knife, but I think that you will break your teeth trying to do that. And we are now at 15 minutes. I hope I have been thorough a little bit. Bye bye, my friends.